A South Dakota family has been given the chance to say goodbye to one of its members, nearly a century after he was killed during Pearl Harbor. U.S. Navy electrician's mate second class was working aboard the U.S.S. Oklahoma battleship when it was attacked by Japanese aircraft on December 7, 1941, according to the Rapid City Journal. Leaman, then a 25-year-old from Huron, South Dakota, was one of 429 crewmen who died after the ship sustained multiple torpedo hits and capsized, the outlet reported. Following the incident, military officials were only able to confirm the identifications of 35 crew members and buried the other unidentified remains, including Leaman's, in 46 plots at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific in Honolulu, Hawaii, according to the journal. The bodies remained at the cemetery for decades until 2015 when officials with the Defense POW/MIA accounting agency began exhuming them for DNA analysis. Eventually, through the use of anthropological analysis and mitochondrial DNA and Y chromosome DNA analysis, scientists were able to identify Leaman's remains and reunite his body with his two surviving family members, niece Marilyn Axt and nephew David Dill. On Monday, 80 years after Leaman's death, Marilyn and David had the chance to finally lay their uncle to rest at Black Hills National Cemetery near Sturgis, according to the journal. "I never thought it would happen," Axt told the outlet. "We wish our father, Leaman's brother, could have seen it and been present for it. It's just been an incredible journey that we never thought we would see." As back home in South Dakota, David added to the local journal. "It was a lengthy process to get to that moment, beginning nearly 8 years after Pearl Harbor in October 1949, when a military board classified the victims who could not be identified as non-recoverable, according to the journal. In June 2015, the Defense POW/MIA accounting agency began the exhumation process at the Honolulu Cemetery, which lasted until November 2015, the outlet reported. During that process, Leaman's family said they pitched in to help identify the fallen sailor, who enlisted in the U.S. Navy at a recruiting station in Deadwood and later trained at a camp near Wind Cave National Park before being assigned to the U.S.S. Oklahoma. "I have a Christmas card that my parents received from him. It was mailed on December 6, 1941, Axt told the journal. "I still have that, and I have the telegrams that reported he was missing in action, and then 3 months later another telegram that said he was presumed dead. Several years ago, my two brothers sent their DNA in, and, evidently, they traced it more to the maternal side of the family, and it ended up coming to me," she added. "The Navy has been amazing to work with and has been so helpful. It's been stressful and tearful, but it's been quite a journey." Once they confirmed the remains belonged to Leaman, his body was transported back to South Dakota, where he was buried beneath his already standing white tombstone at the Black Hills National Cemetery. Leaman also received military rights during Monday's service at the cemetery, his family told the journal. "I came in here once with my mom and dad because there is a marker for Leaman that was put in there in about 1959, I believe," David explained to the outlet. "I've stopped here a couple of other times and I was just in here in April and visited his headstone for a few minutes and moved on up the road, not knowing that any of this was going to happen. So, this is a wonderful, wonderful thing." Leaman's name was recorded on the walls of the missing at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific, besides others who were also unaccounted for in World War II, but will now have a rosette placed next to his name to indicate he has been located, according to the journal. This isn't the first instance where DNA analysis has helped officials identify missing U.S. military personnel from Pearl Harbor 80 years later. remains of 24-year-old William Eugene Blanchard were also identified in January thanks to DNA testing by the Defense POW/MIA accounting agency. Like Leaman, his family was able to give Blanchard a proper memorial in his honor